Hello, everyone. Hi. Hi. This is me, Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. And now we're back, but this time with sound. Sometimes OBS is weird and it just doesn't kick in the audio. I turned off, by the way, I'm turning this, I'm not putting on my headphones. I turned off the audio for Horizon Zero Dawn because you should not be hearing that right now. We got other things to talk about. Hi, everybody. There is sound. How are you all doing? I was just saying that I just came back from a whirlwind tour doing academic stuff, and I had to go to Connecticut to do an external review of a music department, and it was myself and 3 other professors, and we all traveled down from all over, and we got there Wednesday. We had a dinner with the department, and then the team and we all stayed up really late until like 11, and then I had to get up at 7, and then on Thursday, which was the big day, we had meetings from 8 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night with no breaks. And I mean, the breaks were, well, actually we didn't have breaks. We had like breakfast, but it was a breakfast meeting. We had lunch, but it was a lunch meeting. We had dinner, but it was a dinner meeting. And we had no breaks. And they technically, this is so funny. They technically worked in a 15-minute and a 30-minute break in between meeting people, but then meeting those people went late, so then we didn't get our breaks, and then some people wanted to meet us that weren't able to. So yeah, we the meeting has no breaks. It didn't have the range. It did not have the range, everyone. So that was very exciting. And then on Friday, which was yesterday, we also had breakfast meetings and meetings for like a half a day. And then I took the train back, and then I went to bed. I was gonna go to bed early. I was like, oh, I'll go to bed at 10 o'clock, but it's me, so I didn't. But I did go to bed at 1, which is earlier than I normally go to bed, or 1:30. I went to bed at 1:30. Okay, I didn't go to bed at 2, which is normally when I go to bed, but I went like to bed a whole half hour earlier. That was a true statement. I suppose I should worry about that. But yeah. No, but if you smoke, then you do bad things for your lungs. And also, I'm a super taster, and smoking tastes terrible for me, Ice Bunny. Anyway, I'm back. So here's what's up, everybody. I've missed you all. I did survive, but here's the thing. It's not over. It's not over. We went and did all those meetings, and now the team of 4, this team of 4 of us, we have to go and now write a report about the department and everything we saw and everything that we sort of figured out and analyzed. We've got to do all of this work as a team and write, the report that the department gave us was 38 pages. And so we have to write a report back to them. And so I'll be doing that. It'll be, it'll be exciting, but it's good. It's good. How are you all? I missed you all. I didn't have the Purloin code last Wednesday, and I didn't have regular stream last Thursday. And I missed you all. It's been a week. And, how are you all doing? And because I was away for such like long stretches of time, I couldn't even really check in on my Discord that much, which left me sad. And I'm still going to talk. I just have to pick up something for my banjo case, if you don't mind. I want to pick up my tuner, because I think one of my strings is a little bit off. Wow. Come here, banjo case. Where are you? Here you are. Yeah, so I just think that one of my strings is a little bit off. And, I want to make sure that I'm all good. You're trying to get over a cold, Barantor. Sleep. Don't listen. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. Sleep. Get lots of sleep. Drink lots of fluids. But you're taking care of the kids, which probably makes it harder for you to sort of take time off, I imagine. I'm glad I missed you all as well. What is that? Come on, people. Trooper, you were gone for a week and now I'm dead. No, Krellin. Wait. If you're dead, does that mean that you came back as a revenant just to see my stream? Because that's pretty impressive, is what I'd say. Why do you do it? Would it not be easier to trash them and say they should come to your school? No, but I mean, it's like a professional responsibility. I take all of my responsibilities very, very. This is not right. It says it is. Well, all right then. Haunting a stream. I take all of my responsibilities very, very seriously. And if somebody asks me to do something, I'm always going to do it 110% to the best of my ability. And I'm always going to be fair and generous and kind and clear-eyed. Like, I'm not going to be cruel, but I will, like, and there's a lot of trying to figure out how to say things in a way that will be received because you want everything to be the best it can be. That's what I care about that. So like I would never, Cyclones, you're enjoying some Dragon Quest 11. Barantor says, I've been eating well and drinking lots of fluids. It's on the downhill, I think. That is good. And also that Barantor's kids are teens so they can feed themselves, which is also good. Rissa says that he should treat himself to a donut and some hot and sour soup. And that also sounds really good. Yeah, I don't have time to teach more classes. Also, I just feel I will tell you, there can be in academia, also apparently on the internet, a bit of a culture of being mean to people and thinking that to sort of be considered, like professional and good, that what you do is that you're mean to people. And hey, by the way, I don't have my earplugs in. I could have one of my earplugs in. I mean, I'll probably take it back off again, but I'll put one in for now, just in case something happens. And, I just feel like a culture of being mean to people being seen as being excellent is not very nice. And I want to sort of help contribute to a world in which our criticism is constructive and we try to operate from a space of empathy and care and attention. And we don't just write things off. And if you can't do it, you say no. And if you can do it, you really do it. And you try to be good to other people in your own way. And so I always try to operate from that. I can't have a good conversation with you with this going on in the background right now. So I'm always trying to make sure that I do that sort of ethically. I feel like that's part of my ethics. So yeah, I do a lot of work sometimes because I never write things off, because I wouldn't like it if somebody wrote me off that way. So I always try to be ethical. It also means that I get less sleep than I probably should. Ooh, leftover Chinese food and ginger ale. That sounds, oh, dang it. Now I'm hungry. I'm going to eat after stream. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Pork lo mein. Yeah. Oh, do you want to know something funny? See, the thing is, I do want to have this in. So what's so funny is that I grew up in San Francisco, and in San Francisco, maybe I am too good for my own good. That is possible, but I feel like I help make the world a better place. Krellin, I feel like maybe you were hanging out with me in this place. But one thing I would say is, oh yeah, I want to tell you about pork lo mein. I grew up in San Francisco, right? And I should not be doing that right now. I grew up in San Francisco, and what many people on the East Coast and other places, Colonel was just like, you said it was in Connecticut. I just took a shot, knowing my odds. Yeah, that's fair. And also more women. Those are things. So what people out on the East Coast call lo mein, in San Francisco we call chow mein. And what we call chow mein, you often call lo mein. And it was very distracting because now I get very confused because sometimes I want what I think of as chow mein, which are sort of fried noodles, fried noodles with all the stuff, as opposed to what I think of as lo mein, which is soupy noodles. Because sometimes I don't want the soupy noodles, I want the fried noodles. And so for me, I'm like, oh, I want some pork chow mein. Delicious. But then I order it and I get soupy noodles. And I don't want soupy noodles. I want fried noodles. So I have to keep reminding myself that out here on the east, etc., it is switched. It is swapped. It is swapped. Oh, yeah, I really should play. Gosh. Yeah, I could, but don't. Barontor, you are distracting me. That's fine. Chow mein is crunchy noodles here, lo mein is soupy. Yeah, for me, chow mein is like crunchy fried noodles and lo mein is soupy noodles. But out here in Massachusetts, it's flipped and it makes me crazy. Grumbleskin says soupy noodles is faux. Right, I mean, it's just so, yeah. Krellin says, by the way, Trooper, when you recommend that they hire more POC with sticker salaries, don't forget to attach your CV. Here, just, I'm going to tell you something. 6-figure salaries for academics in the arts and humanities, that is a thing that if I were in economics or STEM fields, maybe it is unlikely. Oh, life. I say, Rissa says, now you're making me hungry. There was a great place in Seattle that made their noodles from scratch, and I miss them so much. Oh, ooh, I want. Now I want. Krellin says, I know that's not a thing. That's why I'm recommending it. No, it's a good recommendation. It's a good recommendation, and I would be happy. I would be happy if we, Yeah, that's all. Barontor says, Rissa, there was a place next to the Crossroads Mall that had the best teriyaki I've ever eaten, and I still dream about it. You know what's so good? I love it when you find a place where the food is just amazing, and maybe it may just be one dish, but it's like the best thing you've ever had, and you remember it. And there was a place that I found accidentally that was down an alley when I was in Italy, in Cremona, and the summer before this last one. And it was this little place, it wasn't anything special. I just found it accidentally and I said, hey, why not go in? And they had risotto that was unlike anything I've ever had in my entire life. It was so good. Also, there was a lot of cheese. It was so good that I don't even really know how to deal with risotto anymore. After that, I mean, I think I just probably eat the risotto and I just think about that one place that was so delicious, and I'm probably just a little sad that that I'm not having their risotto. That is a thing. That is a thing. So Rissa asked what I'm going to be playing for you today, and so this is a very good question, and I'm going to give you an answer. And I'm going to give you caveats. This is what it is. Also, I'm going to take off my ear set. I don't play anything sad. I'm going to play, something a little bit wistful probably. So as you may or may not know, I have been gone for the bulk of the week, so I've not been able to practice the banjo. And you also know that I've been out of practice, generally speaking. And so what I'm going to play is going to be bad. Just know it. Like, I'm going to just play things and it won't be good because I'm super out of practice. And since I am out, I was going to play Arrow by Cheryl Wheeler, but I'm not going to because that I actually need to practice a little bit more before I play it because it involves some G major 7 chords and that's always a little bit tricky. Like the chord progression's a little bit funky. So I'm going to play 4 Strong Winds by Ian and Sylvia instead. And Ian and Sylvia are a Canadian folk duo from the 60s who I think are just awesome. Sadly, I am not two people, so I cannot get all the harmonies. I'm just gonna do the lead, and you know, I'm gonna do what I can do. But I'm also gonna check for clipping before we start because, you know. It doesn't look like it's clipping. It doesn't look like it's clipping. I'm suspicious of this. Why does it not look like it's clipping? What's going on? Well, it looks like it's not going to clip. Hey, PH, how you doing? So I'm going to play it, but please note that I'm out of practice. I've been away, and I hope it won't. I'm paranoid about the clipping. So I wonder if I can use OBS to adjust my volume. Wouldn't that be interesting? But I don't think I can. Yeah, it doesn't. Hey, Alyssa Faye. It doesn't sound like it's clipping. So we're going to go. This is 4 strong winds, and I'm out of practice, right? So you're all going to just have to be forgiving. And here's the thing. I feel like if I play one song a week, every Saturday, I'm going to have to practice some, or else you'll hate me, and then I'll just be able to get my fingers back. That's just hello. I think I should be good voice. Just we'll see. So I don't know. I need to. What is my? Yeah. Okay. PH says, I just got done running the Quiet Year for charity. It went well. Unmade did most of the actual running. We were mutants living on Earth motes who couldn't read but loved birds. In the end, the clouds turned out to be evil. Ooh, did you survive? Did you survive? These clouds, they can be dangerous, you know? And I just tell me. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. For the good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. No, I can't do that. Where's my, I need to do this. This is how I'll do it. There we go. I got it. Yes, right? Your community usually doesn't survive the Quiet Year, but it might. And I maybe you did. Maybe you did. For the good times are all gone. Oh, this is where I do it. And I'll look for you. Okay. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. For the good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta. Weather's good there in the fall. I've got some friends that I can go to working for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I'd ask you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. For the good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are looking good, you could meet me if I sent you out the fair. But by then it would be winter, there's not much for you to do, and those winds sure can blow cold way out there. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that I can't change, come what may. For the good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. That's it. Just a little wistful sad song by Ian and Sylvia. That's it. And again, I'm hoping that this week I can actually do way more practice so that when I play you my next one, I'm putting my banjo away, everybody, it'll be just a little bit smoother. That is my hope. So that's it. I'm just gonna play you a song every week and get my fingers back and get my calluses back, and that's what I'm gonna do. And if you want to know what I'm doing right now, I'm closing my banjo case. Hey everybody. Alyssa says, Tangent, I have very complicated feelings about random generation. What are your complicated feelings, Alyssa Faye? By the way, I'm a villain being up Nazis because even villains hate Nazis. You know, actually, in the Call of Cthulhu game that I'm a player in, that Rissa is GMing, one of our PCs is pretty villainous in a particular way. I mean, he's nice enough to us, but he also is beating up Nazis. Thank you, everybody, for the kudos. Ambara Garwin, you missed my banjo. Ambara Garwin, you missed it. That's okay. Next week, though, it's my sheet music. Next week, I will do. I don't know. Next week, I'm going to do. Maybe I can get Arrow playing. I love that song. It's a little sad emo song, but in a different way than the other ones. And I'm hoping that I can get that done. Let's let me get myself. I'm getting ready for the, what do you call it? The Horizon Zero Dawn. Full screen. Yes. We're not going to do it right now because we still have to talk. What is going on with my, where's everything? Hi, Ambar. That's right. Oh, my sheet music. Nazi punching should be understood as necessary. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my wrist exercises while we're chatting before we start. Basically, that random generation can reveal interesting combinations, but it also more frequently just churns out boring combinations. That is so... I need to turn this down. Sorry, the volume is just super loud for me. And it's completely off for you. Where's my cursor? There it is. Here, let me give you a little bit of background sound so you can appreciate all of that. I've never heard of this Horizon Zero Dawn. What does the title even mean? Well, the horizon, there's a horizon. It's beautiful, but when you have the horizon, there's no dawn. So how many dawns are there? There are just 0 of them. That's it. I am just messing with you, PH. That is all. Hi, Falcon of Venom. I ran a short-lived play-by-post game called Punching Nazis, where the only winning move was to punch Nazis, and the puzzles for players to figure that out. Oh no, Paladin Hulk Horizon Zero Dawn as a title is supposed to be a little bit mysterious, and you find out, I think I did this wrong. Right, you can see I'm doing my exercises. It's fine. So Horizon Zero Dawn is the name of a mysterious, you learn throughout the course of the game, is the name of a mysterious government program. And so part of the mystery of the game is to try to figure out what the program Horizon Zero Dawn was that happened some time ago, right? It happened a very, very long time ago, and you're trying to figure out what that program was. It's part of the mystery of the game itself, and you learn about it as time goes on. I did random one time and created something that absolutely did not want to play and really did not enjoy playing that character throughout. Oh, now we're talking about random character generation. No, that's interesting. Yeah. Do they have enough in Germany to be beaten up? You know, Nazis don't live just in Germany, my friends. There are Nazis all over the place. All over the place. Like, the challenge for me as a programmer is, how do I manage the procedural generation to maximize interesting combinations and minimize the boring ones? And if I find such a system, structure, etc., does that make the outcome more predictable and thus less interesting? Not only are there bunches of Nazis in America, there are bunches of Nazis in Sweden. There are bunches of Nazis in France, in England, in Canada, in Belgium, in Denmark, in the Netherlands. There are bunches of Nazis all over Europe at this moment, and also a bunch of Nazis in the United States. And there are even some Nazis on Twitch. You can find them everywhere. It is true. It's about time for that. Yeah. Not here. Here we don't hang out with Nazis. I think it's because Nazis don't like the banjo. Maybe they do. I don't know. We're just like pondering it. Yes, I know. We call them Dansk Folkeparti. Yep, they're National Socialists. All over. Running around being a problem. Let me take a drink of beverage. I think I swallowed wrong. Anyway, that's interesting. So what's interesting about random generation, you might be hearing me making sounds with my hand and wrist at the moment. I think it's because Nazis don't like a black man with power. Well, yeah, that's true. Side note, I brought all my stuff to do my wrist exercises while I was in Connecticut, but they kept us busy so long that I did not get my four exercises per day in. I tried, but I did not. I usually got like one. It was embarrassing. And I'm sure my physical therapist will yell at me, but that's all right. When they show up here, we punch them straight out of the foxhole. Yes. Nationalism is a cancerous adaptation of tribalism that humanity has struggled with since its dawning. Alyssa, that is so interesting, and I have a thought for you about that you might find interesting. Alyssa Faye, Ambar Garwin says, Alyssa Faye, well, there are several philosophies about that. Depending on the game, for example, tactics games, it might be interesting to have very limited randomization. Or, if you have multiple variables that can change, you could restrict which combinations are accepted and which re-randomize. Yeah, they also aren't the biggest fans of higher education either. This is true. They don't want to be in the foxhole. So, I think I might have told you this, right? At some point in time, but Theodor Adorno, the German Jewish philosopher, fled Germany during, the 1930s, and he came to the United States. And when he was here, he did a lot with music. That's where a lot of people know him from. And he did a study to try to figure out where anti-Semitism comes from. And in the process of doing that, he sort of worked out this particular theory. Oh, Adorno. This particular theory, and it comes out in a book called The Authoritarian Complex, and what his theory was that he wants to make a difference between a distinction between nationalism and patriotism, and he says that nationalism, which is part of the authoritarian complex, is when you define your in-group identity at the expense of an out-group. So I am good and my group is good because that group over there is bad. Or my group is a group and we have to watch out because that group over there is out to get you. So when your basis of your identity is bound up in some kind of negative identification with someone else, then you get what he calls nationalism. But then what he calls patriotism is when your in-group identity is not connected to some kind of negative association with an out-group. So we're awesome, our group is great, but not in some way connected to external groups, and that both of these sort of that there are people who exist in both of these impulses, and you can see these things, and that very often patriots are willing to sort of help protect their group, but they often don't want war, for example, whereas nationalists often want war, but they don't want to fight in it. And and Alyssa Faye says, yep, the U.S. has an alarming lack of patriotism. It seems to be mostly nationalism. Yeah. And what I think is really fascinating is, the thing is, you can take, Bara Garwin, you can take patriotism and nationalism to also be other groups besides the nation state. So, for example, there are people for whom being a nerd is about being oppressed by jocks, right? Like, I'm a nerd, jocks suck, right? For whom their nerdiness, their identity as a nerd, is always bound up in hating jocks and popular people, right? They cannot conceive of their nerddom in absence of the jock and the jock and the popular person as a counterfoil. But you could also, or alternately, right? I like indie RPGs. D&D sucks, right? Where your identity formation is bound up in a negative sort of relationship with something else. But you can also have people who are like, I am a hiker, I love hiking. Being a hiker is my identity, but there is not bound up in that any kind of negative association with some other group. So that there are different ways of how do you do your identity formation. Is your identity formation, I am this, not that, I'm this, that is attacking me, I am this, that is bad? Or is your identity formation, I'm this and that's awesome, without relationship to some other kind of outside thing? So, right, so, and I think that that becomes sort of interesting. Yeah, and as Alyssa says, patriotism stems from love, nationalism stems from hate. Exactly, that's such a great summation of that. Ice Bunny, jocks are athletes. They are. Can't be Antifa without the fa. I'm sad for the people that bound up in other people being different from them. Yeah. Generally anti-intellectual, anti-scholarship athletes. Yes, right, because it's not, because if you are an athlete who's sort of like thoughtful, kind, and sweet to people don't tend to call you a jock as well. Wait. Do you think that in Western civilization that the anti-Semitic views could stem from different source? What source? Tell me more. I mean, a lot of anti-Semitic views stem... Oh gosh, Grumbleskin, there's so much there. One, right? Yeah, I think that's the first question. Different from what? Like, what is the different from one? And then I think also Western civilization is really tricky because there's no such thing as Western civilization. That's a bit of a myth that's made up, and it's also kind of a pernicious and dangerous myth because it ignores the cross-pollination between the West, whatever that means, and other parts of the world. Like, our numbers come from the Middle East, right? We have, right? I mean, and actually so much, there's always been exchange. And what is Western? What is Western civilization? What does that mean? Yeah, as Paladin Hulk says, Greece and Ireland are very different. But also, when people say Western civilization, they tend to sort of mean Christianity, but that ignores the fact that the West was not always Christian, and that there have always been non-Christians in the West, right? So when one uses Western civilization as a stand-in for Christianity, that does a huge amount of erasure, right? I mean, noting, of course, that we think of the foundation of Western civilization to be ancient Greece, which was, again, not Christian, right? So, but then not modern Greece. So I think that becomes really tricky. What do we mean by Western civilization? That's tricky. The American the American stereotype of the jock is a man, male is part of the stereotype, who gets a blue-collar factory job after school because the stereotype is marked to the post-war period. That is also true. Mbara Garwin says, generally, anti-Semitism specifically can often be traced back to blame for crucifying Christ, and that has infiltrated society far beyond the religious implication of that. That was just another excuse. Well, but that's where that excuse, right, is what is used to justify hatred of another. Also, the diversity within Christianity, that is also true, Javai. Orthodox is quite different from Catholic branches, for example. Yes, right, that is also, right, sort of an important note. I love Jim Wright's essay in The Lie of Judeo-Christian Values. Oh, yeah, there's so much, and I think there's been a lot of really great sort of thinking about this recently. We are ingrained in Christian beliefs. Who is we? Grumbleskin, who is we? We cannot get around it. Everyday things we do, morality, morals, etc., come from a Christian viewpoint. Who is we? It is embedded in our culture. Who is we? The Jewish people crucified Jesus. Did they, or was it the Romans? Also, to bring it more current, in the 1950s, we plopped the Israelites down in the Middle East. We didn't ask, we just did. Again, who is we? Mbara Garwin. The assumption in your statement is that we are Christians. There are people Jewish people are part of Western civilization. There have been Jews within Western civilization for ages. There have been Muslims as part of Western civilization as for ages. And I think that to sort of say that Jews are ingrained with Christian beliefs is like super sketch. So like, I think, you know what I mean? Like, I think we have to be very careful about that. And I think that by sort of equating Western civilization with Christianity, we erase a lot of people, and we also appropriate a lot of things into Christianity that are not necessarily unique to Christianity. You just did. You said, we are ingrained with Christian beliefs. We. Right? So this is, but that becomes... And so then who is the we that we are talking about? Because I would argue that Jewish people are also European. Right? I mean, I think I think that's the thing that's really tricky. Jews are also European and also American, and they also help shape culture. Muslim people are also European and also American and have shaped American culture. But Christians weren't always part of European or Western culture either. Right? I mean, this is right. I mean, that's the thing. They weren't always, but neither were Christians. When I think about, I mean, I lived in Augsburg, right? This little town in southern Germany that is well over 2,000 years old, and Augsburg was founded by the Romans well over 2,000 years ago. But when the Romans came to that area, that whole area was populated by the Celts, the Vendeliker, right? So first there were and you can still find sort of Celtic sort of ruins there who were not Christian. And then the Romans were there for quite a long time who were not Christian. And after the falling of the Second Temple, Jews were there in Augsburg. Like, there are exceedingly old medieval, even a little bit earlier, right? Sort of Jewish baths in Augsburg. So to sort of imagine somehow that European equals Christian is ooh, thank you. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Right, so like, Eisman points out that the Berliner the Krapfen is a Jewish cake. The whole idea of monotheism comes from the Middle East. Most would argue that Rome and ancient Greece are part of Western civilization, both of which are not Christian. No, there were Celts in Germany, the Vindeliker, like because the Celtic tribes were actually quite widespread in Europe, and the Germanic tribes actually moved into what is now Germany from a bit further east, right? So I mean, like the whole place is a move of it's like the whole thing is there's been a lot of migration, right? The Germanic tribes are not necessarily native to southern Germany. They moved in, right? Like the migration patterns are quite broad, right? And part of this has to do with the Mongols pushing people from Eastern Europe more westward with Mongol invasions. So a lot of people that they say like, oh, we've been here forever, actually have not been there forever. There's a whole sort of space of movement. Alyssa says, for me, Western civilization is a weird combination of Roman, Greek civilization and later, but also with a weird but only Christian thing stapled on. Grumbleskin says, I don't think there was always what we think of as anti-Semitism of today in history dating back that far. The Romans allowed Jews free religion, maybe reluctantly, but I wouldn't consider it anti-Semitism. PH points out that the history literally starts with them being oppressed. Yeah, there was the slavery, right? And like Egypt, Moses let my people go. When Moses was in Egypt land, let my people go. Which is, there are a lot of African American spirituals all about Moses wanting to, sort of leaving enslavement. Actually, so fascinating. That's now you're going to be discussing sort of black spirituals. So you think the Celts had anti-Semitism against Jews? No, I'm not saying the Celts had anti-Semitism against Jews. I'm just saying that there has been anti-Semitism for a long, long time. I don't think the Celts and the Jews actually met each other. But that there was anti-Semitism before Christianity, is what I would say. Was the Germanic tribe migration west from the Hun? Yes, that's right. There was that is correct. There were a bunch of people who were sort of pressed westward and also sometimes southward because of because of conquests. Nobody's actually been anywhere forever. Yes, except possibly Africa, which is considered the cradle of civilization. Yeah. Krellin says, gee, what could Jews and African Americans possibly have in common? With the sarcasm. And right, and it's so fascinating the ways in which when your entire culture tells you not to marry into other cultures, people tend to resent that. Not necessarily. There are a lot of people who don't like intermarriage, and I mean, if you think about, let's say, for example, the Ku Klux Klan, their whole thing is they don't want intermarriage. They get very, very upset when people of color marry white people, especially white women. They think it's terrible. They really, really like weirdly, there have been members of sort of Ku Klux Klan who said positive things about some black separatists because they're like, yeah, separatism is great. We want everybody separate. So I mean, it's tricky. It's tricky. Some of it was a money thing and people both hating and liking the lending. But of course, the thing about the money lending, Falcon of Venom, and this had to do with a lot of the money lending thing is about Christianity in that, well, actually not just, but like, so for a long time within Christianity, it was not okay it was considered sinful to lend money, but people wanted to borrow money, so they restricted Jews to very few professions. They're like, okay, Jews, if you live in our country, you can lend money, you can do this, you can do that. That Jewish people were not allowed a full range of professions. They were sort of forced into moneylending and then persecuted for being moneylenders, right? So there's, in the same way that most like in the same way that, for example, people of color are often pushed into being into selling drugs, or and then they're prosecuted for selling drugs. I mean, I have had on multiple occasions people come up to me and ask me if I would sell them drugs, and I'm a university professor and I don't sell drugs, but they ask me because I'm a person of color, and they think, oh, you're a person of color, you sell drugs, right? So there's I'm just saying that these things are actually quite complicated. Krellin says most lynchings were probably punishing consensual interracial relationships. Yep. Because the white woman can be nobody's property but white men, the Klan basically. Yep, that is also true. And then white women become symbolic, right? They become these symbolic objects that are then used, that are both oppressed and then used as an excuse to oppress others, and it's terrible. Oh, modern banking. Javai says, a lot of religions have stuff about keeping marriage within religion. With Jews, it was a bit harder due to it being both a culture and a religion in much more open sense. But of course, people do convert. Also, when you think you are the chosen people of a monotheistic deity, that tends to color your interactions with the not chosen people. True, but what's interesting about Judaism's and their idea of the chosen people is that their version of the chosen one is not the same as Christians' version of the chosen one. So, for example, Jewish being the chosen people of the monotheistic deity by the Jews does not mean that everybody else is going to hell. And it doesn't mean that everybody else is worse. It just means that as Jews, you have more responsibilities, right? So, within Judaism, non-Jews are not damned. Like, they're not going to hell, they're not bad, they're not worse. But Jews must have all of these laws and rules they have to keep towards, right? Keep kosher, et cetera, wherein they do not think that non-Jews have to do those things. Right, only Jews have to do these things. So there are basically a lot of responsibilities that Jews have to do because they're the chosen ones. But being the chosen people of the Old Testament God is not like a big bonus. It's not like, woo, we get all the stuff, because because Judaism does not work like Christianity does. It's a very different kind of setup than Christianity. Gerbil says, I don't agree on Bargar, and there are Hindus right now massacring Christians and Muslims in India on a large scale. Context. Krellin says, Christian law didn't allow usury, so you couldn't profit from lending money, but Jewish law didn't forbid them from charging interest to Gentiles, so they could be moneylenders in a way Christians could not. And so then they were often, right, that's Krellin points this out, and then of course they were sort of often pressured to do so. Yes, and Krellin says, I don't think Jews view being chosen as wholly positive. That is also correct. Krellin quotes Fiddle on the Roof. I know we're the chosen people, Lord, but maybe you could choose us a little bit less. Right. Because it's a very different concept. Yeah, but we're trying to place modern ideas of cultural mixing in a tribal setting. It would have been much different in a tribal setting in time. And Eisman points out there is no hell in Judaism, which there isn't, because of tribal hierarchy and royalty. Well, the thing is, they did have ideas of cultural mixing in the past. I mean, that's what people would always think about as Constantinople, Rome, right? So there are certainly sort of notions of cultural mixing, also parts of Egypt. So I mean, there are different ways of pondering. I mean, basically, the idea cosmopolitanism has existed for thousands of years. It's just that you need to have a certain kind of a certain sort of largeness, which in the past often end up meaning empire, in order to have that kind of cosmopolitanism. But there certainly has been cosmopolitanism and cultural mixing for ages. They probably wouldn't want, but here's the thing. In ancient Rome, there was lots and lots of mixing, because that's part of how the Roman Empire was set up, was about sort of a place of mixing. So it just depends on which groups we're talking about. There are groups that had that more than others. And also, I think that when you think about royalty is all about bloodline mixing, right? It's all about, let me go and find this other tribe and let's intermarry so that we can have political alliances. So especially when we're talking about royalty and that particular sort of moment, even within tribalism, there actually is often a tradition of marrying and mixing bloodlines in order to sort of cement political alliances, right? So that's like a thing that I would say. And Bar Garwin says, that's true. The Jewish texts have very little about afterlife, while Christian texts very much emphasize, in particular, the Christian culture of the afterlife. Istanbul was, wait, what? Alyssa Faye, Istanbul was not Constantinople. It was, no, right? Yes. Krellin points out that Rome forced mixing. And Ice Bunny says, and Judaism is the only monotheistic belief system that is not trying to make new followers, right? So, right, Judaism is not an evangelical religion either. And Javai says, Rome was literally designed with mixing in mind and using it. Exactly, yeah. Krellin says, they took children away from conquered people and raised them Roman, then returned them to rule over the people's Romans. They did, right? They were all about that. Alyssa says, quote, let me promise you an unfathomable reward that I never have to deliver to you as long as you do what I want you to. End quote. Some questionable religious leaders. Yeah. Judaism, I think the oldest monotheistic religion, says Paladin Hulk. Actually, it's so interesting. Actually, I think it's not. You have to go back to, there is one that people say is actually older than Judaism and probably also related, hey Jer, also not disconnected from Judaism, and that is in Egypt. There was a pharaoh, Akhenaten, who I think was originally one of the Amenhoteps, and he changed his name from one of the Amenhoteps, I believe, to Akhenaten, and he worshipped Atun as this single monotheistic sun god, and he decided everybody in Egypt would also have a monotheistic religion, and that is the worship of Atun. And I believe what ended up happening was that the priests of all the other gods were like, and then they killed him. And so there was a big sort of monotheistic religion briefly in Egypt before Judaism developed. And people think that those things might have been a little bit, yes. Yeah, and his son did away with it just like basically immediately. And I think that people think that that particular moment was also influenced monotheism sort of a bit more largely, which is interesting. And I mean that's a thing that people let's say it's probably the oldest modernly popular one at the very least. Yes, I think that's probably true. There was not much mixing blood in European royalty, says Ice Bunny. Well, it depends on what we're thinking about mixing blood, because European royals married each other, and people didn't think, like back in the 1400s, people didn't think of Italians as being the same blood as English people. Like they did that. That's not what people thought. They thought of them as having different bloodlines, and they mix those things quite a bit. I always hear that Istanbul Constantinople song when we're playing Pandemic Legacy 2 Season 2 because Istanbul keeps getting infected. Oh, the secret has a whole zone devoted to Atun and Atunotep. Ooh, interesting. I believe Atun was earlier. Okay, Trooper 6, but when did anti-Semitism start? Well, no, because, I mean, Jews were enslaved during ancient Egypt, right? There has been anti-Semitism for a super, super long time. It's not like we've only had anti-Semitism recently. They were an enslaved class of people like 2,000-3,000 years ago. So it's been around for a long time, is what I would say. Alyssa Faye says, this sounds like some Forgotten Realms lore, which makes sense since I directly lived origins from history. Ice Bunny says, actually, it was the concept of a monotheistic god known in ancient Greece as secret knowledge, and Judaism made it mainstream. Yeah. Trooper, all royalty is in family with each other, but they were not originally. They are only now all family with each other because they all intermarried, right? But that was not originally the case. They were not always already all family with each other. They were, originally not, and then they intermarried. No, Alyssa, it is Istanbul was once Constantinople. It was originally called Constantinople and then renamed Istanbul. Gervais says royal marriages included a lot of mixing of cultures and countries, but not really about other social classes, so ended up not being that mixed in a sense, right? Like it was mixed, but then also like there are things that were mixed and things that were not mixed about it. And of course also, Alessandro de' Medici was half black, right? I mean, like there is mixing that happens. So lots of people have been enslaved. So you think the Jews were zeroed out and only they were enslaved? No, but it depends on how and why you're being enslaved. If you're being enslaved because you're Jews is different than if you're being enslaved because you come from a particular region and we conquered that region and took the people there. And also whether or not it's chattel slavery is different. There's a difference between I have enslaved you, but you can buy your way out, which is what happened in Rome, or I enslaved you, but your children are not enslaved, right? Like you have been enslaved because I have conquered you, and it is time dependent, and we would conquer anyone. Versus you are black or you are Jewish, and so therefore you are going to be enslaved because of that. And then also your children will be enslaved, and you can never buy your way out of slavery, right? So there's a difference between slavery because of a location and slavery because of who a person is. Like those are actually different. Those are different things, and they mean very, very different things, and they work functionally differently. Like not all slavery is the same institution. Rissa says royal line also didn't seem to have as much concern about inbreeding because they were trying to strengthen their claims on the royal line by intermarrying. Yeah. And PH says lots of people were enslaved, but not lots of peoples were enslaved. And the same thing actually with the Roma, the Sinti Roma. They were also enslaved as a people for being a people, right? So that's very different. And Bar Garwan says, if Aten was during the Israelite time in Egypt, that would make sense, both influencing both. But does Judaism start with the Exodus, or does it start with Abraham? Cyclone says it was originally called Byzantium. That is also true. The Krellin points out the Hebrews were one of the first people to experience chattel slavery, which is different from other slavery. Yes, and that is true. And it's really it's totally a different system, and it also has a different psychology on people, and it has different impacts on people as well. Iceman's like, I'm so happy to be a Viking bunny. Yeah, and PH says you can't stop being a slave because you can't stop being a Jew, right? Or versus modern slavery, you have broken the law, so you're a slave of the state now, right? Yeah, and that's and these are all super different things. Krista says this conversation is interesting, but not as much fun as donuts or music. Alyssa says, but I had a donut and I have music. I want donuts and music. I wonder. No, I can't get donuts today. If I get donuts, I'm gonna have to wait. And Gervais says, I think that's why Romanian Jews sympathize so much is because both cultures were born from their persecution. Yes. But also that there are also these, I saw this really great talk where the ambassador to the UN of the Roma people, so the Roma don't have their own state, but they have an ambassador. Stateless people sometimes also have ambassadors. And this, the ambassador of the Roma people came to my undergraduate institution and gave a really interesting talk about sort of the long-term generational effects of slavery, of chattel slavery on peoples, and talked about the ways in which Roma and African Americans and actually not just African Americans, African diasporic people, so Africans in the Americas who have been enslaved, the ways in which many negative social outcomes are actually similar between the two groups, and sort of relating that to a history of chattel slavery. And that was very, very interesting. Very interesting. PH says, donuts and racial violence are related, though, because they're both repeating a circle we want to break. And I want to break that circle open and then eat it. It even has different influence on the slavers. Yes, slaves of chattel slaves treat them differently, usually more poorly than traditional slaves. That is all. Yeah, it's also. I mean, it's really, it is super interesting the way that works. So the Alyssa asks, what are the Sinti Roma? And that's not how you spell it. Don't worry about it. But the Roma Roma is being used as an umbrella term, but not all of some. But Roma is also a specific group. What we think of as being what we're calling the Roma, the Romani, are actually, there's like the Sinti is another group of Roma. So there's different subgroups within the larger, and sometimes people want to use both to sort of have more specificity for visibility. Why were they considered chattel slaves? So don't eat racial violence, kids, says Alyssa Faye. No, I'm totally gonna play the game today. I'm still there. Yes, Krellin points out, chattel slavery means that you're a slave because of your race family, not because of conquest. Chattel slaves are slaves because they are Hebrew or African or Romani or some other inborn category from birth. And if your slaves are slaves because their parents are slaves, that's chattel slavery. Yeah, I wish we had a rabbi here with us. Right, and there's a really big difference between also the attitudes. How do you justify enslaving a group of people, a race, a family, a bloodline, in perpetuity, including their children forever? Generally what happens is that in order to justify that, you end up saying that those people are not really human, right? That they're not really human. That's the only, like, they're inborn, which kind of gets actually into Dungeons and Dragons a little bit. I get that, but why are they deemed something wrong to make them child? Yeah, usually racism, Krellin points out. Yeah, usually racism, anti-Semitism, that sort of a thing, right? So one of the things that chattel slavery is about dehumanization, which is not the same as those other forms of slavery, right? So the other forms of slavery was like, I get to enslave you because I conquered you. But that didn't necessarily then mean that you were not considered a human being, because also your children wouldn't be slaves. You yourself could buy yourself out of slavery, then just be a regular citizen of that place. Also, in the other modes, if you think about like ancient Roman enslavement, slaves could have power over people who were not slaves, right? They could read, they could have really important jobs and have prestige, right? You could, if you were the slave of an emperor, you could be actually very, very important. In chattel slavery, that is not the case because of the dehumanization. And you tend to have sort of very, very, very poor treatment of chattel slaves. Yeah. The Jer says the three main cultures that fall into Romani, as we call them, Romani, Donmari, and Lomavrin, and each culture has a number of subcultures, right? Better to just see that it was monstrously wrong and leave it at that. Those who gaze in the... I mean, I think it's important to try to remember, but I think one has to remember that there are people who... And then if you... Gosh, why is there racism? Why do you want to ask that question? If you go back to Adorno, he would say it's because people use this outside other in order to justify their own existence, right? So if you think about Hitler in Nazi Germany, Hitler didn't have to go and use anti-Semitism, and we could also look at more contemporary examples. But Germany was in an economic negative state. The unemployment rates were really bad. The country was not in the best space, or there was a lot of anxiety. And so it was easy for Hitler to say, you know what all of your problems are? All of your problems is because there are Jews, and they're the problem. So vote for me and give me love, and I'll bring us all together by using this group as a scapegoat, even though Jews are also German, right? So, right, sort of take a group, put them to the side, and we do this all the time. We do this, Germany, Hitler did this with Jews, black people, queer people, right? In Cambodia, they did it with intellectuals, artists, teachers, right? So there are ways in which, and then mass genocide, right? So there are ways in which people will use the threat of an other to solidify power, right? I mean, so this is often about people wanting to use some other as a scapegoat in order to further their own means. Falcon, we totally can play. Yeah. It's not an escapegoat, it's a scapegoat. SCAPE. Scapegoat. So it's not, ooh, Rissa. Ooh. Thank you for the bits. And you know what this means? This means singing. Irway and hey the anime. Irway and hey the anime. Iway at gale out way of way at wakes te ute at gale young way. Irway and hey the anime. I the ice skates are on say. Oh man the 80 and pray ooh yare ooh three vaste unway on rayo. Iwe everne idwe at leans lay of way at Brian's lay oop te day. And when we see the Anley or will look like the eye Gary in the eye, we're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. That's We're in the Money, as sung by Ginger Rogers in the film Gold Diggers of 1933. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Krella says, by the way, you need to stop having interesting conversations while I'm trying to solo arch villains. They requires a fair bit of concentration since they regenerate so much. Ooh. Yes, Falcon, thank you. It is an expression to sacrifice the goat instead of your own, right? So instead of sacrificing the thing that you, like your own stuff, you sacrifice the goat instead. It's like, I'm sure it goes back to religion in some ways. So, we're gonna play Horizon Zero Dawn. We have chatted for our, oh, well, hold on. The name game, come on everybody. I said now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a Phi, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. I'm gonna do it with the double T. Crit twitch, Bo, bit twitch, banana, fana, fo, fit twitch, Phi, Phi, mo, mit twitch, crit twitch. And Crit Twitch says, awesome confo, also sweet looking shirt, and oh hey, a thing, I pushed the thing. Thank you so much for the resub. It has been 27 months. Crit Twitch, you have been here for like a gazillion years. You're old. I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean that in a loving way. In a loving way. That is all I'm saying. So, oh my goodness. And then Crit Twitch says, you know how long I've been lurking, waiting for that really cold conversation to switch? Sheesh. That is fair. You were very conscientious, Crit Twitch. But would the goat not be yours, or would you kill someone else's goat? Ice Bunny asks. Krellin says, no, Grumbleskin, the Jews have rarely played up their victimhood. Until very, very recently, no one would care about that. That is also true. Because people, yeah, that is true. Umbar Garwin says, it's a term that originates from a Jewish ritual where the entitled people put their sins on a goat and they drive it out into the wilderness, a day of atonement. One goat would be sacrificed and the one goat would be driven out. So it's, it's like part of a ritual where, yes, and you can actually, I think Freud writes about it in some work on objection, where it's sort of like a ritual where all the badness is then sort of personified in this one thing that is then driven out to sort of keep the community pure. And then when is this recent happening? Post World War II. Yes. Okay. So, Horizon Zero Dawn. Where's my? We have been asked by the shaman to make ourselves beloved by the Werak so that we can gain enough prestige and power to challenge the chief, the Werak head, the head of the Werak, to basically contest their power, so that we can then maybe take over the Werak, be the leader of the Werak, so that we can then go into this mountain cauldron. Gerbil's says, another all the cool stuff. I never want to quit learning. Never quit learning. Learning is so good. We are fighting were-rats. So when did this game become cool? I don't know, Krellin. I don't even know when that happened. So there's the tribe. So this is what the story is so far for this DLC. There was an AI that was living in the shaman of this group would talk to it. Something happened 5 years ago where some kind of demon emerged, some kind of rogue AI or something emerged, attacked this spirit, and is now on this mountain doing bad things, waking up, corrupting machines, doing bad things, making everything horrible. Everything is bad. And I will tell you, Ambar Garwin, and the shaman convinced the I can't remember what the name of the head of the Werak is called, their chief warrior, to go and attack this mountain where the demon is. They make the attack, but then they're slaughtered. They come back, and she wants to go back again, and he's like, "Oh no!" So there's an impasse because she wants to go back to save this AI, which she calls the spirit. And he doesn't want to. So now we've been asked to try to gain enough influence that we can take over as the chief warrior, so that we can then go and attack this mountain to try to save the AI. I feel like maybe that Ayla should just try to do it by herself, but hey, that's not what the game says. Yes. What is the upcoming schedule, says Ambara Garwin, and I want to get to that. That is a good thing. I'll tell you in a second. No, I'll just tell you now. So next Wednesday, I don't actually think we have the Purloin Code, because I believe that Little Red Dot will be in the woods doing woodsy sort of stuff. But my streams, I think, for the rest of October are pretty set. Every Thursday, Saturday. I don't think I'm going to be missing anything for October. Maybe one Saturday at the end of October for a conference, but I'm pretty sure I'm basically good every Thursday, Saturday for games, with the exception of maybe one Saturday. But other than that, I should be good. And then we should be also good for the Purloin Code on Wednesdays at Little Red Dot's channel. All of October, and I think maybe one Wednesday in November, because we should have. Right, it should be a full 8 episodes, and since we're missing 2 weeks, I think we're going to hit one in November. That is, I think, what we got. Yes. Ice Bunny says, some have had enough of learning after 9 years of school, and you cannot imagine how painful conversations with her are. No, this DLC is called The Frozen Wilds, Alyssa Faye. PH says, you can Google articles, buy them then. Want to learn about Jews, learn from Jews. It's always good. It is always good to do that. Frozen in the outside? Outside. Dot is an adventurer. She just does all the stuff. I want to know what happened to Lucy too, Krellin. It's 2 weeks and I don't know what happened to Lucy. What's going to happen? Where is she? Here's the question I have. Will we get off of this planet? Will we be able to take Lucy with us and get her off of this planet that from the people in the church who are clearly can we do it? Because I imagine they're going to want to search her ship before we leave, right? Or at least somebody will. The question is, can we Like, yeah, can we get her to a place of safety is the question without them finding. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm worried. Hrothgar says, into the woods? To grandmother's house? Into the woods to sell a cow? Into the woods. Into the woods. Yes, Hrothgar. Yes. Will you have time for the Really Notes once you get your work report done? It is my goal to get those up because, it's a good, nice, 7 pages worth of notes, and type them all up and sort of do reviews. And I've got now, I think, 3 sessions of notes to do, and it takes 3 or 4 hours to do each set of notes. But I am hoping I can get them all done because we've got Cthulhu coming up really soon, and I hope I can get them done in that time period. It is my goal. It is my goal. What about a special one-shot soon? That is also a thing I want to do. I mean, it's been the thing. What I'll need to do is get the reports done, get all of my fellowships done, get my class prep finished, get the Cthulhu notes done, prep for the special one-shot. And I really would like, and then I've got a conference at the end of October. I really would like to be able to get Cthulhu Confidential done and then also do some programming for the students in October, which I've got to organize as well. And I really hope to get Cthulhu Confidential in October. It may have to wait to the very first week or so in November. I've also got to find out when AJ is available, but it is my goal to get all of that, everybody. All of it. If you take Lucy, does that count as kidnapping the president? If she comes willingly, I would say no, but I don't know whether or not the government would think that. Crit Twitch says, wow. If I do understand about work. If you have to do only one, pick last session. I know, I try to get it in order, though. Programming. More hours in a day, more hours in a month, super control things. I just want, look, all I want is the ability, first off, where are we? But by the way, the last game I went and, what did I do? When we were off stream, I went and I killed animals so that I could, I went and I killed animals last stream. And treasure boxes, ammo, resources, outfits. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to buy from them. Yeah, so I went and I killed lots of animals after we left each other last Saturday. And so I have put things on the map. So now I've got things on the map that I can look at now, which is pretty exciting. Gotta go, Falcon. Be back later. Gotta take my mom to the airport. Have a good drive well, and I hope everything goes well and it's not too crowded for you at the airport. Mid-Apocalypse TTRPG. When? The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time. And there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Levi, Bo, Bevi, banana, fana, fo, fevi, fee, fi, mo, me, vi. Levi. Thank you so much for the resub, Levi. 26 months. I got all these old timers here, and I love it. I love it. So where were we? No, bad trooper. When are we going to get to Mid-Apocalypse? This I have to figure out the timing. Some of it's going to have to do with what's going on with French Resistance, so I've got to work that out as well. Let's see. I think it's really cute, says Krellin, how Trooper thought he was going to play the game. I totally am. Totally. And PH, because PH cares about all of us, says, all that I want is another baby. He's gone tomorrow, boy. All that I want is another baby. Hey. Although PH didn't say all of that, but that was implied. That was implied. Thanks for the combo, everyone, and being civil. Really cool. Learned something today. No worries, Grumbleskin. All the time. The problem with more days is that your responsibilities go up with each day you add, and that is so true. We could just give October 35 days. That's what we could do. All this chat. For me, time is basically meaningless. My most precious and limited resource is motivation. For me, my most precious resource is procrastination, maybe? Drummer Boy says, I noticed the dude in the front in that GIF is the jerkiest dancer I've ever seen. It was a style I know, but geez. Oh yeah, one of the reasons why I use that clip is because that front dancer is like amazing, because he's actually doing that dance is the nitty gritty, and he's actually doing it. Like all the dancers in the back are like, we're doing the nitty gritty, you know, like they're just sort of like not really giving themselves to it, but he's like, no, I'm gonna do the nitty gritty, and he really, really does it. He's like full on committing to that dance, the nitty gritty, while the rest of the dancers are like, we're gonna look cute in the background. I love it. Like I really do. I just think it's phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. It sounds like if I get things together and run a streamed game, I shouldn't invite you to play it. Probably not at this moment. Yes, and after Night in the Woods, Pig Latin stream. I have so much. So look, here we are, right? We're at this place. And we have all these actual missions, which involve, you know, doing things. And I feel like what I should do is... So, what I think I should do is, look, right here is like a thing for us. And I think what I should do, to be honest, is travel north and try to make, there's like a thing here which I think is not as important, but I really want to be able to modify my staff. So why don't we travel north and along the way, you know, just do the things. The name game, come on everybody. I said now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bow at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanta, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a flea, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Hrothgar, Bo, Hrothgar, banana, fanta, fo, Hrothgar, fee, fi, mo, Hrothgar. Hrothgar. Thank you for the resub, Hrothgar. That is much appreciated. Also, I got that R in there, which I don't think I've done before, which I'm very excited about. Jer asks, was Night in the Woods the winner, or was there still one more last year's Narrative Awards? No, this was the winner. Night in the Woods is the one that won the Excellence in Narrative Award, so we're playing the winner. So when we're done, then we're finished with 2018. There is 2019, of course, but we'll think about that when we get to it. When we get to it. So yeah, let's just go north. Why don't we do that? And I'm going to place a waypoint here. And while we're here, let's we're gonna just do the things we need to do. Where's the... Oh. So I want to get... There's Blue Gleam. I want to get it. Trooper, will you be Goose Gaming too? I don't know. I have not looked at the Goose Game. I don't know what it's like. Where's my... Come on, people. I should Goose Game. I feel like people are telling me I should. It's pretty short. So, people, okay, we are here. We are looking for blue gleam. We are right in the space where it could be. It's over there. That's it. We found it. You are a goose, and you have to solve puzzles that involve stealing from and harassing people. Oh.
Frozen machine fluid.
All right. I am going to take all of this blue gleam. I feel like I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing in this game. It makes me feel like a winner. It's kind of quirky and neat. Warning, though, that goose is not a nice goose. Not a nice goose. Anna played it. Oh, fun. Though I'm told the people you harass all voted for Brexit, so it's a fair game. Yeah, it's fair. They all voted for Brexit. It's fine. Let us see where we are and where we're headed. We are wanting to head north. Let's get to a road. Mean geese doing the proper thing in the game. How dare? Well, I don't know how proper it is, to be honest, because it is me. So it's always a bit of a question how proper my life is going to be. That is a thing. Short game in normal standards. We've established Trooper as a category all of his own. This is true, and I will own it. I will own it. You have to be the best goose that you can, and being the best goose usually involves being mean to people. And one of them is a Mr. John. No way! that goose is a public menace, to be honest. Hey, what are you doing over there? Can we have a discussion where we actually, start heading north? Come on. All right, so we're going to head north. We're actually going to do the thing. I saw a bit. The bit I saw didn't have any story, but if it's short, I guess that's not a huge deal. So, y'all, there's some blue gleam right here, but I feel like we shouldn't go for it. I feel like we should think about getting it on the way down. Instead, I feel like we should just... Well, you know what? We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna just... We're going. We're going north. That's it. And I feel good about our choices. And I try to do this thing nowadays where when I upload the videos to YouTube that I say when the gameplay actually starts, when I actually start playing. And I'm going to, sometimes it's really hard to figure out when the gameplay actually starts. You need the blue gleam, I believe, to trade. And I think that if I can trade the blue gleam, that I will... Where am I? Okay. If I can trade blue gleam, so I need to get around... Woo! Hello. Ah. I think I need to trade the blue gleam... Yes, you can. It's totally fine. If I can trade the blue gleam with some of the people, then I can get... Well, one, I think I might need it for... Hello. One, I think I need the blue gleam for traders, but I think I might also need it for prestige. If any game is long, if you never get around to playing it, gives you spin all... Okay, first off, I feel like that isn't even shade. I just feel like it's truth, Alyssa. That's all. I feel like it can't really be shade if it's true. That's all. I bet we can make it last at least a month. The challenge is if we can get it to 2. So yeah, I think that the blue gleam... Ooh, hello. I think the blue gleam is for certain, expensive and exciting trade items, and then also for relations with the peoples. I'm gonna just point out that there isn't a really good path here. It doesn't look like. Right? I thought all shade was true, or was that only the good shade? Well, I feel like there's some shades that are just insults. Do you know what I mean? This is not where I need to be. I feel like there's some shade that are just insults that that we could debate how true they are. Do you know what I mean? Because people might, like, some insults people might dispute the validity of them. But I think really good shade, everyone's like, oh yeah, that's true. I feel like people watching on YouTube might be interested in different things than people watching on Twitch. I feel like that's probably true. Also, I don't know what direction I'm heading right now. Some shades are insults like puce or chartreuse. Hey, what is this? Whatever it is, let's go and check it out. Now, here's the question. Do you not like puce and chartreuse because of the shade or because of their names? This is the question I have. Also, poor Aloy is super cold. I think people watching on Twitch probably do. Well, but you know...
Ursus Americanus, the magnificent American black bear. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
What is going on in here?
Did you? Didn't deserve you. You didn't even know you disappeared.
What's happening in here? Why not both? Alyssa says, I tend to throw a pretty valid shade, I feel. I think that's good. I like it. I have a lot of trouble not throwing shade in my mask game. My character wouldn't do it, but I want to. That is fair. There's blowing snow. Why would you expect a path? This is also fair, Rissa. They're similar sounding colors. It could be both. It could be both. I'm going to see what this is about. Ooh, voice log. I wish I could find the Goose Game meme I scrolled by yesterday on Twitter. It was so good, but Twitter memes are fleeting.
I'm recording the strategic and operational value at roughly 0 point squat. No reason we shouldn't pack the staff onto a vert and send them back to Nowheresville as soon as the gates are locked. Enjoy basic income, ding-dongs.
Somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? OG Milder. Milder? OG Milder? Welcome in. Have a seat here in the foxhole. We are playing Horizon Zero Dawn and also talking about all of the things. And this guy Blevins is the worst, and I don't like him because I think he's not a good human being. And Bar Garvin says, I throw shade very well. I'm very opaque, which, you know, I honor that. I do. There's a supply crate on the other side. Only you can prevent forest fires. Smokey's dead. Oh, why is everybody in chat so excellent? That's what I want to know. Final 2 weeks. Oh. Yeah, all those bears died. What do we have here? To all staff from Marnie Jeffords addressing the rumors. Some of you have overheard portions of the, let's call them spirited conversations I've been having with the charming Mr. Blevins in my office over the past week. So let's address the honking big elephant we're crammed into this room with. The park has been acquired by something called Firebreak, and they're restricting access to authorized personnel. I wish I had more details to share, but those are literally the only ones I've been given. Upshot, this isn't a national park anymore. No visitors means no visitor center. We've got 2 weeks. I know this is not easy. If you're like me, this place represents something bigger and more important than a paycheck. Believe me, I'm right there with you. When I say this park is the most beautiful place in America, it's not PR and it's not hype. It breaks my heart to think that nobody will be around to applaud our faithful or stare into the beauty pool, but this is where we find ourselves. I realize there's a temptation to check out and give up, but I really, really need your help over the next 2 weeks. Tours will continue through Friday, so I'm going to need guides, and even though regular ops at the gift shop are suspended, we've got a ton of surplus merch to box up and ship back to the manufacturers, including about a bazillion unsold Monrec holo figurines. Yes, Monrec wants everything but the display figs back. No, I can't imagine why either. Please, you guys, just give me 2 more weeks of your time. I can't shut this place down alone. Best, Marnie. Ooh, so what is Firebreak? What's going on with them? They clearly were doing something geological. They took over the national park. This is super sketch. Super sketch. Mom and Dad have spirited conversations frequently. I got a medieval cookbook when I got my brother a drinking horn. Oh, I've got a really... Oh, OG Milder. OG Milder. Welcome in, OG Milder. There's something very... I feel like I am over in Wyoming now, right? Like we're in Wyoming? So I feel like we're sort of that west, like my Wyoming, Colorado sort of situation, it seems. But there's some sort of
Forget about traveling light.
nefarious shenanigans going on.
I hate to interrupt.
Oh, yes. Hello, an outlander at the Shrine of Forgotten Beasts. Welcome. I'm Enjuk.
Aloy. The Shrine of what?
When the old world still breathed, a great man built a tiny totem to this beast and stored the visage inside.
That's so
When
interesting.
the totem is placed on the pedestal, the animal is painted onto the empty air, and the beast lives again. Well, almost.
There are 7 pedestals. Where are the other 6 figurines?
I found this one in the wilds. Remembered the indentations in the pedestals here, and saw how they matched the base.
Oh,
of the
that's right, Old
totem.
Faithful is in
But as you say,
Yellowstone.
it's one of 7, isn't it? The great Montana recreations must have made more, but time has scattered them.
Ooh, I found some. What, Montana?
You said a great man made these figurines?
Indeed. He was, I believe, a student of the natural world. Like me, but surpassing my abilities 1,000 times over. The great Montana recreations. Perhaps the finest natural scholar the old world ever produced.
That's not as...
His
it's
voice
fine.
claims responsibility for the totems.
It's fine.
The vessels for the knowledge he accumulated. I share his desire to understand the beasts.
I think it's
to follow out
Hannah's...
their behaviors and preserve
second
their
cousin?
images. I like to flatter myself that I'm an apprentice of sorts, carrying on his work. Someday, perhaps, if I am persistent, I can earn his name. Enjuk Recreations.
Oh, dear. Yeah. I hope you make it one day. Also, tell me about these figurines.
So these totems... The images they show are of animals that no longer exist. They're gone, like the old ones.
This NPC is precious.
So it seems. To think such magnificent creatures are lost to us, that we never even knew they were here. We rely as much on beasts as we do on machines. For food, for warmth, but do we study them with the same fervor? Yeah, I do. For example, I have this theory about foxes. Why do foxes have red fur?
Tell me.
Think about what they eat.
Human beings.
Meat?
Raw meat. Bloody meat. See? Natural causation. Logical connections. It only makes sense.
You've thought a lot more about foxes than I have.
I feel like we're going to be working on science for a little bit in this world. That's all. Yeah. If we're we're gonna let's. What does the fox say? Like that's just. We're gonna talk about trading figurines.
I've got a few more figurines for you, Enjuk.
Oh hey, I do. Hey look, I've got some. I can buy some treasure boxes because I have an annual figurine, so I can get the collectible figurine reward box too. Also 4. But there are clearly more figurines that I'll need to get at some point in time.
Thank you, Aloy. Look.
Yow, yow,
such
yow, yow, yow,
form
yow,
and
yow.
poise they have upon their pedestals. Montana Recreations truly captured their legacy.
Huh. I want to
I should
see
get
these.
Of course, of course. I've taken up so much of your time already. But I don't suppose you could keep an eye out for more figurines?
Of
If I
course.
run across any, I'll bring them your way.
Javai says, I feel like there are a lot of animals that also eat raw meat and red meat that do not have red fur. I'm just saying, Javai. Foxes are red because all the hiding spots in this world are stands of tall red flowers. Duh. Yeah, of course. Ilya has red hair because she eats raw bloody meat. And while she was in the womb, it all makes sense. Logical connections. Bears cook their meat, which is why they have brown and black fur. This is also true. Polar bears eat snow. I'm really glad to know that this is exactly how the world works. I am happy for it.
To leave something else behind.
Oh, that's fine. Can I see these recreations? I'd like to see what they look like. Can I, let's activate the holo projector.
Ursus Americanus, the magnificent American black bear.
Ooh.
Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
How would you like to find yourself cornered by that prig?
The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, we'll treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a Phi, Phi, and a Mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both, then say the name like Bob. Bob, drop the B's, Bo, or Fred. Fred, drop the F's, for Red, or Mary. Mary, drop the M's, Mo, Airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Be right, Bo, E right, banana, fana, fo, fee right, fee, fi, mo, me right. Be right. Thank you so much for the resub, B Right. That was amazing. Ooh, hey, B Right, welcome in. It is nice to have you here. We're at We're at Yellowstone. We're at Yellowstone National Park, is where we're at right now. And we're looking at holograms. Boy says, if he had found a gaming store and said the quest would be find all 15,000 Pokemon cards, that would be the worst. Brought to you by Montana Recreations, the name game. And the Hollow Bear did the nitty gritty dance, is what it is, right? Wait, so are these all bears? Is everything a bear? Wait, what is this? What do we have?
Puma Concalor, the fearsome cougar. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Its coat is sand colored. Could it have been a burrowing animal? Perhaps those teeth were only used for digging.
I feel like our scientist needs a little bit more work on their science. That's all. So is a cougar that apparently is a burrowing creature. Yeah, okay. Well, cougars and bears, those seem like very different tribes. What do we have here? What do we have here?
Ursus Arctos, the menacing grizzly bear. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Those claws look like they could rip someone in half.
Perhaps in its youth, but you heard Montana Recreations. He said it's grizzled, old. Its hunting days are behind it.
This science guy is at the 4 humors of silence. Yeah, science guy is indeed at the 4 humors level of science. Some work needs to be done. I need to get out of here. I'm leaving. That's it. Well, see, this is the thing. If we introduce our new friend to Silence, he would have way better and way more knowledge. This is so true. This scientist is really dumb. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Let's go. Where are we at? Where are we headed? So we're here. We want to go as northerly as possible because we really want to get here. So let's there is a thing here, but that's going to take us out of the way. That's going to take us over here, which is interesting. But I don't want to get distracted. I don't want to get distracted. Let's just head north. West, south, north. Let's head north. I think we have to head a little bit west anyway, but you know. Huh. Oh, okay, now, oh, hi. Hi, I'm being attacked. They're bad guys. They want to kill me. Rissa asked the, I think perhaps the most important question that probably should be answered, which is, am I ever going to open up those crates that I've been hoarding? Oh, rude. Oh, now there's a fight. Come on. Let's go. Am I going to actually ever open up the crate that I've been hoarding? Hey, look, there's a control tower. Maybe I'll... I mean, here's the problem with opening up these amazing crates that I got that are probably worth all the good stuff. Like, I don't have a lot of space in my inventory right now. That's all. If silence is the bad guy, this science boy is your secret weapon. Just get them into a conversation and you win. That's probably true, actually. Crates are for creeping stuff in, so as long as the stuff is in there, you're using them correctly. That's right. I have to save them for the day when I can open up all the loot, and then I win. So we're here right now.
Just stay out of their way for now.
Okay. Whose way am I staying out of? What is this place? Can I get in here? It looks like some sort of house? Ooh. Alright, what do we have here? What is this? What is this? Trooper, why do I feel like you started the game without much room in your inventory? None of you all have seen me play, none of you all have seen me play any Elder Scrolls games, because Elder Scrolls and me are all about never having enough inventory. Like, that's really my life. Yeah, that's all I do in Elder Scrolls, is just not have enough inventory. And I understand what's going on. I'm a hoarder. I get it. Just like the secret ending in Final Fantasy where I finished the game with 99 ethers. Is that the stream after you finish the DLC? I feel like I should not be playing the Elder Scroll games. Not... I'll think about it. All right, what am I doing right now? I'm getting distracted. I should not destroy this tower. We need to head north is what we need to do. So no distractions, right? No distractions, even though I want to be distracted because I feel like you met me. And Bar Garwin says, always hoard everything. Let me repair this. Levi says, I'm playing Borderlands 3. Every time I get back to town, my inventory is completely stuffed. Yeah. I've been spending all my money on more inventory space. Yeah, I will buy more inventory space. That is a true statement. Yeah, what if I need the level 1 item? Like, what if you do? That's the thing, Embargo, and you might just need that level 1 item when you're level 99. It happens all the time. I mean, I'm just saying. If we go this way, yeah, I think we're doing well. Oblivion was nice because... Can I run you over? I can. I just ran over that goat. Don't get mad at me, everybody. I just ran over a goat. It's fine. Oblivion was nice because you make a bunch of different spells that fortify your carry weight and cast them all, and they all counted. You could enchant your gear with fortify carry weight too, and you just carry all the things forever. Yes, I was like, potions of carry weight. That's all I did. I just want you to know that I'm fighting a shark man that fights by throwing ghost sharks at me. Krellin, what game is this that you are playing right now? Yeah, even without those ethical concerns of Elder Scrolls, now I've spent 100 hours in those games. Yeah, I would probably never escape. It would be terrible. Oh, that's right, you can't... Oh, you know when they give you those things in games where somebody's going to give you a trinket that is in no way useful? Like, it's just a trinket, right? But then you don't want to give up the trinket. It just takes up space in your inventory, and it doesn't have any purpose or use. But maybe, like, okay, for example, I got a ring. Morrigan gave me a ring in one of the Dragon Age games, and the ring did not do anything. Like, it was not a ring. Stop. It was not a, oops, I want to head this way. It was not a ring that actually did anything for you, but it was like a symbol of our relationship, and so, like, there was no way I was gonna... What is all of this? What is all of that, everybody? Does that look bad? I'll think about it. But I couldn't give it up even though it took up inventory space, right? Ghosts are not bunnies, some sort of safe. Secret game dev secret. If you ever need a consumable in a modern video game, you'll get boatloads more. Use consumables whenever useful. But what if I need them? What if I need them? Or when you find a cheese wheel and you don't want to leave it behind because what if you're hungry? Right? And the cheese wheels are so heavy, but what if you need them? What if you need them? This is also how I feel. Excuse you, it was enchanted with the magic of friendship, whatever other type of relationship. You hear that, Trinkering? I'm never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. What is that? Oh. There's some bad guy creatures over there. And there are a lot of bad guy creatures over there. Hold on. Hey, everybody. There are numerous bad guy creatures over there. Yeah, no, I would never want to, you know, I would... First off, what are these creatures? And do I... What... All right, they're weak to fire. We're going to set up some traps. The closest I have here for a goat. I guess I didn't sub to that one channel that has a goat emote. Yeah, okay, so... Let's see what we have up here. All right, we have... things. Let's try and set up a trap so that when this thing comes to try to kill us, it runs through our trap and then it dies. I mean, chances are that's not how it's going to happen, but I'm going to do my best. People are looking at us, everyone. People are looking at us, and it's getting bad.
She saw me.
Hi, everybody. Come visit. We're just... It's fine. The problem is that one machine ruined all of my fire trap plans, and... Oh, and there's a fight going on over here. Oh, you killed it. Thanks. Like, you know how you're just thinking, like, life's pretty good? What was this? Oh, gosh. Hi. You're gonna have to forgive me for one moment. I've got, like, a little bit of excitement happening. It's fine. We're killing all the machines. There are a lot of bad guy machines here. I would love... okay, here we go. We're just gonna... I think I'm freaking it out a little bit by having it being set on fire. Okay. Okay. Why are there so many creatures here? Why? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Also, I'm gonna run out of... Okay, I just ran out of ammo. I feel really good about that. I think we did a good job. I think we are, you know, we've done good things. I've defeated the Sharkman and shall now channel his power to defeat Super Nazi. What game is this? Krellin, what game is this, is my question. Because I really have some questions. Right? It was all about the traps. Oh, this is City of Heroes. Oh, well, that's right. You found a way to... Most animals don't like being set on fire. Might be something up there. Oh no! Now I've got humans who are bad guys. Hold on. How am I going to take care of this? I need a bomb. Give me a second. Hold on. I have a thing I can do. I have a thing I can do. What is this? Banuk? Oh, I need to use this. It's fine. Kill multiple enemies with a single blast bomb. I'm gonna do some killing. I hope. Single blast bomb. Everybody down talking game hoarding, but Trooper can usually cast 60 arrows whenever he wants. So, you know. I need a...
Guess it was in my noggin.
A blast bomb. You know, I really wanted to kill them all, but they are no longer grouped, so that's super sad. And now I need to do this. I feel like I probably have better arrows for this. You know, I'm gonna... Oh, whoa, you hit hard. These people hit hard, everybody. I don't like that. I just, like, that guy. And who are these people? Like, who are these people who are attacking me? What is going on?
Nothing to see here.
Dude, oh, hey. Like, there's a lot going on here, and I don't know who they are. Bandit Warrior. Oh. They're Bandit Warriors. They're not... It's okay. I'm the kind of player that refuses to use consumables, including ammo. Well, I just want to have, like, a full... I want to have all of the consumables in case I need them. And then, because, like, when I get into a big battle, then I use them, right? Super Nazi's name is actually Reisman because he is the Nazi universe version of Statesman. Oh. That's fair. So, it's canon that in this game that cat robots hate fire more than other robots. Yeah, sure. We'll just a bandit super slugger. I don't know. I don't want a lot in my life. I just want to be able to... Come here. I just want to be able to do the thing with the thing. The... What do you call it? Here you go. Alright, where are we at? Oh, hey, look at that. There's blue gleam right here. While we're here, since we're in the way, on the way, I'm just gonna get some blue gleam. Blue gleam. That is a dangerous precedent to set. Mm-hmm. No, really, check your focus codex. It lists fire as a weakness for the Sharptooth, or whatever they're called. Yeah, no, that's what I did. I saw that it listed fire, and that's why I was shooting at it. Because I was like, this thing doesn't like fire. Blue gleam, anyone? There's supposed to be blue gleam around here. And I just want to use it. It is supposed to be...
Let's see what this blue gleam is worth.
Yeah, well, where is the blue gleam? Where Where is it? I'm gonna just kill this. I'm just killing the squirrel in the process of trying to find this blue gleam. Like, where did it go? Where is it? Oh, it's right there. People.
Find this blue gleam a better home.
It's fine. I was unconvinced. You know, okay, so I killed a squirrel, but squirrels sometimes have rabies, so I feel like it's okay. Because the squirrel could have been hiding it. Folks, here's the thing. The name game! Come on, everybody! I said, now let's play a game! I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bow at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both, then say the name like Bob. Bob, drop the B's, Bob, or Fred. Fred, drop the F's, for Red, or Mary. Mary, drop the M's, Mo-Eri. That's the only rule that is contrary. Falcon, 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 Bo Balcon, Banana, Fana, Fo Alkin, Fee, Fi, Mo Malkin. Falcon. Thank you for the resub, Falcon. Thank you so much. You have subscribed. Oh, actually, it's not even a resub. It's a full-on first sub. This is your first sub to this. Falcon. Thank you very much. It is much appreciated. First sub, welcome in. And then use like all of the, wow. Crows, they're not from us, but use the pipes. Use the pipes everywhere. Also, no, Brad. The squirrel was probably May's friend. I have killed a lot of squirrels, and also, yay for the monies. Thank you so much. No, Brad. No. This is thank you, Falcon. It is nice you've been here so long, and like that's super cool. It is appreciated. I appreciate every single one of my subs, and I don't mean that like an S&M kind of way where like sub versus dom. I just mean subscribers, not submissives, because that's a whole different thing altogether, which is not even a conversation we're having right now. So I mean, that's different. We're gonna activate this quest. So right? Yes. What is so there was a movie called Date Bait. It's a 1950s movie, and oh, I totally appreciate my submissives. I just would not assume that someone is a submissive just because they subbed, because they might not be. That's all. Like I don't want to assume. I have some questions about what direction I'm going, as a matter of fact. So there was a film called Date Bait. I have, by the way. Oh, I just knocked down that tree, everyone. I feel like I'm a menace. I just want. I want you to know that I feel like I'm a menace, and I'm also having a really hard time following this path. Anyway, so there was this film from a 1950s teensploitation film called Date Bait, and in it there is a woman, Jane, probably. Yeah, I can. Dom Zook, but that's also not the same, right? I mean, like sometimes. Let's see what we have here. So anyway, Brad was this character who kind of like basically secretly came back from rehab and was like, came up to this diner, this dancing place, and came up to Janie, who was dancing with her boyfriend, whatever his name was, and she was planning on, like, he was like wanting to dance with her, and she did not want to dance with him, and she was like, no, Brad. Oh no, sorry. He was like, I want to dance with you. She doesn't want to dance with him. And then her boyfriend...
Better be prepared.
Her boyfriend was like, leave her alone. And then Brad says... Oh, Logan was the boyfriend's name. You know, that's really great, Logan. You know, I just go away for a little bit, then you steal my girl. And then she says, you know, but it's not true, Brad. You know, no, Brad, I'm not your girl. And anyway, then she doesn't want anything to do with him. Yes. So the point is, there was some primo attacking of Brad's going on. And also, I feel like there are serious monsters that I need to worry about in this moment. Like that one. And it's a demonic Frostclaw, everybody. I just want to say that I was in the other room, several rooms away, and I heard that name game song. I'm glad, because I feel like the name game is important. It is a way to experience joy in life. Oh, by the way, this is a Bannock Storm Slinger that I'm supposed to use at some point in time. But it does a lot of damage that I don't know if... Like, I don't know. I've got to use it at some point in time. It's not even really a bear. It's a bear monster. And I'm going to kill the bear monster. Because why wouldn't I do that? It's not an organic bear. So it's a fake bear. So killing it is totally fine and ethical. And why wouldn't I even, like, I mean, I'm not even worried. The only problem right now is that it has moved away, and I have to wait for it to come back before I can lure it in there. I still think the follow alert one is the best one. So creepily, yeah, I love that one. It makes me so happy because it is super creepy, and I kind of like all of my alerts to be just a little creepy, but like not a lot creepy, but just a little creepy. That's all. It's a real bear. It's just a real fake bear. That's fair. So let me see if I can lure this bear. I'm gonna just try to lure it, you know, if I can. Let's see what we can do. Lure.
They know where I am.
Again, I'm trying to lure it. Right now, I'm trying to shoot off its things unsuccessfully. Come and find me. How are you doing? Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Apparently, that wasn't... Okay, hi. I just want to point out that this... What is happening? Okay, this is a giant, massive, scary, creepy bear that is shooting things at me. I'm getting injured. I need some things that are not things that I currently have in my life. I need to run. I also need the ice, wrong one. Here, ice. Okay. Oh, okay. Hi. It's nice to meet you. We're gonna, you know, yeah, yeah, that's great. I need to drop actual bombs. This is like a giant grizzly bear, and I'm not about it because grizzly bears are super scary. We're gonna, hey everybody, hope you're doing well. I'm in the midst of badness right now. this thing has not even taken a lot of damage. And it's large and scary. And it moves real fast. And I don't even like what's happening. Yeah, I want to have a conversation with you about... Now my poor little horse is getting involved, trying to save me, in a way that is probably not even gonna work. Now I got hit by my own little horse as it was, Okay, yeah, Yeah, this is super good, everybody. You know how there are things that are super good? This is one of those things. Oh my gosh! What? No! Oh my gosh. It just picked me up, and that was okay. I need to set bombs, is what I need to do, and I need to shoot it a lot. This is not great. I'm feeling unsafe right now. I also feel like I need more potions. And and I have no ammo, so that's super good. It's really good, everybody. I want to chat with you about all of the things at the moment, but we're moving away from fire, and we're going towards moving away from it real fast. Oh, hey. You have really good aim. We're going with our kind of our super dangerous arrows, and we're gonna try to. Oh, and I'm out. Okay, I'm out of that ammo too. It's really good. Oh, hey. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? I'm feeling attacked. I'm also feeling like I need more of this, and I also am feeling like I need a lot more of that. Oh, okay. I hope my steed isn't dead. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna kill this and then we're gonna chat, and I'm gonna see what you all have been talking about, because I feel like you've been saying interesting things, but I wouldn't even know, because right now this thing is trying to kill me with... Okay. Hi. Oh. I'm just being hit by more things right now. Okay. Not even done. Okay. Whew. What did you all say? Okay. You all are saying things right now. Let's talk about it. To be fair, we'll be attacking you, but still, poor bear. That was Rissa before she saw how devil it was.
I get it.
PH says that thing is awesome, which it is. It's a Godzilla bear. It's amazing. Poor bear. Says Rissa. Alyssa says, remember how bears are scary in real life? Did you not expect a robot one to be proportionally scary in game? This is true. Like, Twitch says, Chris be all, it's barely taking any damage. So fair. Grizzly bears used to be scary, but now they're past their prime, so they aren't so bad. Did you learn nothing from the scientist? Good point. Barely, I say into the, get the fuck out. Yeah, so that was super. I can't. Okay. Drummer Boy says, anyone else imagining this as a pilot calmly talking to the passengers when there's clearly something wrong? Just me? Okay. That happened to me once when I was in a plane that had an engine on fire, and everyone's like, everything is fine. We're just going to go back to the airport we came from. Don't worry about it. And I was like, oh no, this is bad. This is super bad. Mechanicus Ursus Actus Horribilis. Alyssa, I feel like this is what we have. This is where we're at. I think I want one, but Stacey would say no. I'm feeling attacked. I'm feeling attacked right now. Well, unfortunately, it turns out that I might not do enough damage by myself to defeat Reisman. Oh no! Oh, I've got a clip. I'm feeling it. This is good. However, it turns out that Reisman does not do enough damage by himself to defeat me either. Oh, so you're in sort of a perpetual stalemate. I'm gonna search this demonic frost.
Can't carry more.
I bet I can. We're gonna just check out where we're at with our inventory, and we're gonna delete something. We're gonna delete this, disassemble, and then also this. And with resources, I'm technically currently fine-ish. Did you all see that? It was not appropriate. It tried to murder me. And now I'm like out of... I need to make more things, and I just feel like that was harsh. That's all. Okay. That's it. It really tried to murder me real good, which seemed really rude because I was just standing here attacking it and setting up traps, which I feel like is fine. Also, I'm glad I didn't have to drive to SFO instead of, Falcom, that's right. You are in the Bay Area, yes? Maybe he was avenging the goat that I mushed. Maybe they were best friends. Maybe they had this really great goat-robot friendship that would be like the stuff of Disney movies, and I murdered his goat friend. Maybe I should feel bad about that. Minetta? I don't think I know Minetta. Where? Okay, look, I'm really close to where I need to go. This is great. Minetta? Oh, San Jose's airport. Ah. I got you. I will say for the record that I have been to SFO so many times. Also, I used a lot of medicinal herbs in this moment. Do you know the way to San Jose? Maybe. We're just gonna think about making a few more potions, because if we make potions, we use what's the word? We use resources, which makes our inventory less, so we can clear out our inventory and get more resources. That's the thing I would do. I'd make it so that if you kill innocent animals, the game just gets slightly harder until it's unwinnable. The only thing is that this game requires you to kill those animals because you need them for food and leather. So you actually need their stuff. Also, I need look, I have an ability, I have a skill where I can jump off of my mount and attack things, but so I have to press the square. Okay. Oh, so but then they're not really innocent, are they? Because then they're food. That's all. Then they're food. I mean, we're in a tribal society where, we eat. Did you ever kill a bunny? I did not kill a bunny, but I did kill a goat. because the goat was looking at me funny, and I was like, I don't know about this goat. So I squirrel. So I had to. What is all of this? What is all of this? Let's
Must be the cave that shaman told me about. Long way down. Not natural.
Oh. Well now. Let's go around. In my new cookbook, they cook bunnies. Bunnies are a food that people ate, generally speaking. That is... I was reading a really interesting... I'm going to just leave my mount there for a moment, because I get the sense there might be blue gleam around here. I don't know. Isn't any creature that doesn't have sapience innocent? Well, innocence is in a relationship with guilt. So if you cannot be guilty, then I imagine you also cannot be innocent, as those things are in a relationship with each other. No? No? Yes, no? Right? I mean... Oh, what is this? This is a person. Last request, a sheaf of frozen parchment. Cargiglis. What is going on? Right? If innocence and guilt's being sort of like right, sort of parts of sapience, I think they would be sort of outside of that system. Which makes me think about, right, yeah. I've been having thoughts about binary systems. Also, I want tuna casserole. All right, what does this say? Oh, son, this may be my last record in a cold and friendless land. To your ears, I admit my mistake following the well-traveled Aram's footsteps, lacking his experience or snowshoes. Yet, I had always dreamed of seeing the land of the Banuk for myself. For my folly, I've been buffeted by blizzards, chased by machines, and pressed to what must be the very gates of Banur. I trust there are watchtowers above, that the Banuk will not leave a traveler to his death. But the wind drowns out my calls for aid, and any sign I make is fast extinguished. My only hope is to huddle here and wait for a break in the snow, even as I hear my pursuers drawing ever closer. Oh, son, should this be the end, see to it that my worldly possessions are distributed equally among my 5 cousins, and my flower garden in Bright Market is watered regularly, twice daily for the rust bells, in my memory. Oh. Well. He's super dead. He's super dead. Sapience is self-awareness. I bet Alyssa could probably define it better than I can. Critwitch, you're going to take off? Take care. Thank you. Take care back. And you're welcome for the laugh and also the intelligent conversations. Like innocence and guilt are opposite ends of a gradient, and something that isn't sapient simply exists outside of that gradient. Yeah. Yes. Right? Like I think that's probably true. Yeah, sapience is what most people mean when they talk about animals, robots achieving sentience. Alyssa Faye, will you give us the difference between sentience, and sapience? That's what I would like. Because also, there's an animal figurine, and I want to find it. And the animal figurine is west of me. Here. Somewhere. Sapience means wisdom and is usually meant to mean self-awareness. Sentience is having sense, being aware of your surroundings. Yes, right. So machines often are not yet. Some machines, animals absolutely have sentience, yes. But then, not all animals have sapience. I think sapience is a demonstration of awareness, whereas sentience is what words are in. Sentience is the capacity... to feel, perceive, or experience subjectivity. Sapience is essentially anything beyond that, like understanding your role in the universe. So we tend to think of, like, if you want artificial intelligence, you're probably wanting something that has sapience. And most machines don't even have sentience. So, there are things that I want. I'm gonna just go over here to see if I can find some blue gleam. Krellin, you are
Tuck that away.
amazingly hardcore, and I really appreciate that. Krellin, do you think you could solo it? Do you think you could do it with 2 people? If you had... Oh, sorry, I will leave the play area, except that there's stuff right there for me. I mean, right? Like, there's... Maybe the thing that I want I can only get below. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can rappel down, everybody. Do you speak in sentences or just collection of words?
I might not be alone down here.
Okay. Yeah, the light and shadow work is really good. Well, that's sort of bad. The TNG episode about Data's trial got the words wrong. Probably. Yes, I think 2 people would make it double because that second person would have the damage output to move his health bar. Yeah. Hello, Atomica. Welcome in. It does seem super ominous. You have missed so much. Nice place to be the ones who ask the stupid questions. But, oh yeah, no, I mean, I suppose there might be some dumb questions, but I feel like very few questions are dumb. Those are my feelings. I think most questions are totally good. Yeah, the ideal AI that people talk about and worry about is sapience. What people are actually doing with AI is trying to master sentience. Doable, not double. Hey.
Little birds.
Okay. I've got the blue gleam. There are just places where not asked the questions. I love that. I love that. That phrase. The dumbest questions are the ones that are left unanswered. That go unasked. Yes. Because the thing is, if you don't ask,
lead. Focus might find something.
how are you gonna ever find out anything? If you never ask. Atomica says, so, Trooper, I just watched Ad Astra and must share one tiny detail you will appreciate because of a tweet you made. Not a spoiler, just a cosmetic thing. Well, I do want to hear it. I can solo archvillains, but not Reichsmann. Tell me, Atomica. Tell me. Also, was Ad Astra really good? Hey, B. Boodle, how are you doing? Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with not knowing yet, because all of us don't know something. Like, there are all sorts of things that I do not know.
Focus will see something.
Because, that is how life is. Like, we don't know things. Oh, there are a bunch of things here, actually, that the focus can see.
Damaged. Guess the Banuk already got to it.
As I like to say, says Alyssa, everyone is born without knowledge. All knowledge is attained in life. And that is true. When checking for faults, I find asking dumb questions works to find what is wrong more than not. Oh, that is so true. I love to break myself down and ask the most simple questions to sort of help me get to where I think I might need to be. You just did a tweet about a certain entertainment duo, and they show up on a TV in the movie. Really?
Over a little.
Okay. All right.
Just have to go up.
Yes. All right, well, let's see. Let's see what we can do here, eh? Why are you meh? Is there anything I can do to help combat your mehness? Be Boodle! You're meh, and I want you to not be meh. I want to make you
Maybe there's some way to get that flying machine over here.
less meh. I want you to know it. I want you to know that my hope and dream is for you to be less meh. I guess that I have a lot of people around me who don't get me and they would just punk me. That's not nice. Ice Bunny, that's not nice. It's not good to punk people when they're asking questions. That's no good. It was very good. Like usual in the sci-fi, there are scientific liberties, but the story is excellent. Oh, good. How's the acting? Drummer Boy says, I don't know most things. Even the things I think I know, the more I get to know them about them, the more I realize I know even less than I thought I did. Oh, yeah. It's a mountain that gets taller every time you get out of peak.
Around it after all. Now I can get across.
Oh. All right. Sweet. All right. Well, so that's awesome. What do I want with my life? Here? Probably. Oh, the Nicholas Brothers. Yes. Oh, the Nicholas Brothers, so amazing. The Nicholas Brothers are in Ad Astra? What? Now I need to know more about this. I need to see this movie. Yeah, making fun of people for not knowing something is a shortcut to feeling smart, though doesn't actually contribute to being or becoming smart. Yes. I know that by the base design docs of the game, an arch-villain alone is supposed to be a challenge for a full 8-person group. See, this is because you know your business, Krellin. Like, you know what you're doing. Wildebra finished the art I commissioned for Blue Jay and Lauren's characters for Descent to Avernus. It's good. Oh, that is very cool. B. Boodle says, still have an infection from July. Oh, no. And still waiting on our surgery date. Oh, I will be okay, and you just be your usual entertaining self, and we'll all be good. Note that I'm sending you good thoughts, B. Boodle. The acting was good. Sometimes it's a little stiff, but someone must make up for it. Oh, good.
There's the door lock. I'll need to configure it.
Mm-hmm. You never realize how little you know about something until you go to try to explain it. Yes. Which I think is good. B. Wright says, from pre-university level, almost every year in a lecture, there was a, the model we used last year. Well, while it's useful, it's incomplete and you need to start again. Yes. I'm still working on the tune for Bounders. I need to shake the rust off my guitar shredding skills. Ooh. I'm going to look at this. It will give us a clue.
If those punk technicians think I'm gonna sleep on them waltzing in here and screwing around with the drone routines, they have seriously underestimated my sense of mission. Let's just reset that hololock. Echo, Sierra, Echo.
So, Blevins, if you care about security so much, why do you just keep telling us? Like, why are you telling us what's up? Secure encryption port. Yeah, I knew that's what it was. Clockwise. People never pay attention to me. Oh man, I had a friend who had to tell time and time again, if you disagree with me, Dan will come at me with something more intelligent than just saying no, just because you didn't like my argument, right? Yes. Yeah, Blevin is Blevin's the worst. Because he needed the next security chief to know how dedicated he was. Yeah. I wish I could type in English. I swear I'm thinking it correctly, but it seems to glitch on the way through. I understand, and sometimes you're doing the thing, but then what is this? But then weird typos happen, and sometimes it's not weird typos. Sometimes the weird typos are your hands. Ooh. All right, we're going down. That's a Beatles song. No, Brad. Where are we at? What is around us? So we're in some kind of... Hey, what do you think this firebreak thing is? And do you think this firebreak thing is one of the reasons why everything is bad?
Not too much already.
What do you mean I have too much? Can you have too much? No. What do you think this facility was, everyone? Well, this is a drone hangar, but I'm stuck on a phone. I type all the time. You have my sympathy. See, no, let's deal with resources for a moment. I think we probably could get rid of something in our resource space, like we can disassemble. Oh. Well, I want to. Oh, it's fine. It's got both fire and brick in the name, so not good twice. This is true. Like, whatever it is, it's probably just bad. Forget typing in English. I want IntelliSense for English. Just let me type a few characters and hit Control Space and fill it in what I mean. But then it always, but don't make it mandatory, because sometimes it fills in things I don't want it to fill in. And I was like, that's not what I meant. I wanted to say some weird random odd word, and you keep putting in the not weird random odd word. It's so frustrating. Let's, yeah, we're gonna just have to get rid of a bunch of stuff. My teacher sent me a mail saying that the portfolio I turned was very good and innovative. Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. That is awesome. I need more blaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, speaking of English Trooper, the 19th open house. So close. So hyped. Oh, that's so cool. You'll have to say how it goes. Auto-corrupt frustrates me more than most modern technology. It can be very frustrating. Like, I find it very frustrating when I have a thing that, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so look at this. We're good now. All right. A physical mail or an email. Is it bad that all my devices know how to spell Cthulhu? I actually think it's probably good that all of your devices know how to spell Cthulhu. You run into the problem of your machine expecting you to be more normal than you actually are. Awkward. Yeah, that is super awkward, because I'll tell you what, I am way less normal than I could be. Oh, I understand Mr. Blevins. Let's find out more about Mr. Blevins.
I didn't ask for a bunch of flying cameras. I need security, not surveillance. And security means firepower. As God is my witness, I will not be caught squirting blanks if and when a major act of terrorism desecrates these facilities.
Who is this guy? And why is he the worst?
Focus could turn something up.
I just want to know who this guy is and why he is the worst. And also, there's nothing focusy here. I just have to hide. And that means I'm an essayist. To be fair, what words are even close to Cthulhu? This is fair. I have such a laundry list of questions, I hope I don't frustrate them. You know, just chat with them, ask them questions, listen to them, show your excitement. I think it'll be fine.
I could check my focus, see what it sees.
Yeah, I know. I'm chatting right now with chat. Come on. I wish there was an autocorrect for my brain just poofing a word out of existence. Oh, yeah. Unmade did most of the actual... Yeah. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, look. I'm in a place. What is...
touched this machine since it got sealed in here.
Oh, that's cool.
Mounting rail. That's what I want.
So I need to gather this mounting rail. Why don't I do that? But maybe we could find out about Blevins and his weirdness. From Harris Bonner. Ban him. Ban him? Okay, well, what? To Kenny Chow from Harris Bonner. Ban him. Kenny, I get it, okay? I really do. Pharaoh is Firebreak's patron. Blevins is Pharaoh's lapdog. circle of ass kissing, blah, blah, blah. But if you allow Blevins to remain on site, installation is going to take twice as long as we're budgeted for. I don't know how deep Firebreak's pockets are, but I can guarantee you they're not bottomless. We've just got done recalibrating the entire fleet. The entire fleet, Kenny. Why, I imagine you're wondering? Oh, Kenny, I'm so glad you hypothetically asked. Blevins was unhappy with the baseline behavioral routines of the security drones. You know, the ones he selected himself? Not aggressive enough, he said. I doubt a Rottweiler mounted on an ICBM would be aggressive enough for him. So we patched in some combat behaviors, which, let me tell you, was not easy. Basically outfitted these things for war. Think about that, Kenny. Bleeding edge combat drones patrolling an empty wilderness. Also, Blevins can play army on Firebreak's dime. I'm begging you, Kenny, find a way to bar him from the hangar, please. Harris. Yeah, I feel like Blevins probably knows something that they don't, and there's something sketch going on, is what I feel like is happening. I'm just not as experienced at running shows or using Roll20. You know, it's one of those things.
Should be hard to remove.
Then you gotta you just get that practice. Atomica says.
Show it to that shaman when I'm back in Song's Edge.
Oh. Okay. Huh. I'm contemplating the morals of having a headphone in my coat and recording when I talk to people so I can go over it again and make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, the guy's the worst. I just think it's fine for you to take notes. I don't think anybody would find it weird if you just took notes, is my thought on that. All right. Hey. Okay. Real quick. This thing is trying to kill me. What is it? What is it? Okay. All right. None of this. We need to do murder. Also, maybe a little bit of this. To remove some components. I don't know how many more components it has, but whatever it is, it's now trying to, you know, knock me unconscious, but it's cool. It's cool. I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'll be fine. And we're knocking it down. We're okay. We're okay. Demonic Stalkers is done. We're finished. If I'm unsure if something is okay with something or not, yeah, just ask. And you can always ask, hey, can I record this so I can look at it, take the notes later? Taking notes is pretty normal, but recording, depending on circumstance policy, may be a violation of privacy. Yeah, you know, actually, that's a really good question. Are these Blevins drones? I've been getting a little bit injured. Yeah, actually, I do wonder about that. Like, I think that, generally speaking, I think,
Never know when I might need these.
recording people get a little bit iffy about. It can feel a little bit, invasive. So, but taking notes is usually fine. Yeah. I think that was a mechanized bobcat. That is what it seemed like to me. And what are these things? Oh, I'm gonna just take this. I think I did a good job with that one, and I feel pretty excited about the level of murder that I did. Also, I realize what time it is. Football ticket and parking pass. Parking pass in which context? Tell me more, because parking passes can be really super irritating and also really expensive in ways.
So this thing will improve my spear, huh?
Okay. Okay. This is good. Tomorrow the new metro ring opens, and in 2 weeks the buses get new routes. Oh, that's cool. 100% Blevins drones. It reeks of, hey, what's going to be our rationalization for having military drones in the wilderness? Hang on, I've got a backstory for this. Could be that. Yes, that does make sense. Oh, it's even part of their stadium. But I also suspect... All right, folks, here's what's up. There doesn't seem to be any... Well, there is a save point right here. We're going to go there, is what we're going to do. We're going to hit that save point, and then we're going to split. Save point. Hi. Why are you going to try to kill me? Okay, fine. This is a thing. We are now in a thing. Where are you? What is happening? What's going on? There it is. Oh, no. None of this. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, hi. It keeps trying to run away from me, which I don't appreciate. We're gonna kill these bobcats. And hopefully we can... Ooh, hello. If I can just, I know. It's fine. Oh, hey, not dead. We're good. There we go. Did Blevins copy his conscience into that evil, into the evil that is the place boss? That's actually a really good question. I wonder, did he? Did Ooh, that's a very good question. Is some of this about Blevins' consciousness? Is Blevins the demon? Ooh. Also, I got super injured there, everybody. And I should probably be using potions rather than...
I wonder what they'll trade for blue gleam.
Rather than... I should probably be using potions rather than medicinal herbs. The Cox servers, a city of questionable legality, met their monthly donation funding goal. Oh, of 16 freebies. That's amazing. Incidentally, driving around in a small college town on game day continues to be a nightmare. Ugh. Yeah. People. This is my charger. I think... Look, I just want to get... Hi, charger. I just want to get... I don't... You know... Where am I? I'm right here. Apparently there's blue gleam. I just want to go south. That's all I want. I don't want a whole lot. I just want to head south and find the... What do you call it? Save point? That's all I want. You know what? I'm like a pretty low maintenance. That's it. From the little heard out from Evans, he seemed like the narcissistic enough to put his consciousness. Yeah, he totally does. And I'm gonna save right now. right here. This place looks really beautiful, by the way. Also, it looks like there is a person over there. Hey, that last thing you like, how are you? So this is it. We're actually closing for today because it is 3:16, quarter after. Blevins is this guy who seems to be like the security expert, maybe? Some kind of contractor. He seems to be the security expert contractor dude, and nobody likes him in the past. And he was some group called Firebreak moved in and pushed everybody out in the area. They bought up basically Yellowstone National Park, and they said they were doing some kind of geology thing, but they shut down everybody, made sure everybody left. He wants huge amounts of security with lots and lots of guns that are very aggressive. So I do not think that whatever it was actually some kind of geology thing. I think it was something else, and I don't know what it was. But I just want to head south and find the equator. Yes, this is the end of the stream, everyone. Did I just say leaved? Did I say leaved? Oh my goodness. It's been a long 4 days, everybody. I apparently I just said leaved. It's cool. That is not proper English. I'm gonna have some English M hard people. So I want to thank you all for being here. You all have been wonderful. I do need to eat. I have not really eaten in a bit. What am I going to eat? I know what I want, but that is not what I'm going to have right now. I want my mom's tuna casserole. And I want to make it. And I want to eat it over the next couple of days. You know what? It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to get food. It's going to be great. But, I'm going to have those donuts. It's going to be really good. That thing you like says, this sounds like something surrounding a particular SCP where a facility responsible for repopulating the Earth in the event of life-ending catastrophes. Right? I'm just saying. SCP-1422. I'm telling you, there's badness. So, what is happening? I'm Trooper SGP. That's what I want to tell you. That's the first thing I want to tell you. The second thing I want to tell you is I will be back on stream Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Where I'll be playing Night in the Woods. Find me. Hang out with me if you like. And then again next Saturday here at noon for more Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh, thank you, Jer. And I've got socials. We have a Discord here on the Foxhole has a Discord. Join us. We're not like a massively huge Discord. We're pretty small and friendly, and we chat, but we're not overwhelming. We're very nice. I also have a Twitter, Academic Foxhole, where you can find me tweeting about all sorts of things. Sometimes I wonder, should I be tweeting the things I'm thinking? But then I do. I can't help it. There's also a YouTube with the archive of the things we do. And also, I have a Patreon, the funds of which I'm using to help pay for Cast for RPGs, and I'm working on getting to a space where I can have a weekly RPG show on this channel and pay the cast. And those... Oh, wait, no, SCP-3000. So that's what we do. And I'm going to get some food, everybody. You all should get some food, too. And I'm going to... I've got news, everyone. I don't have news yet, but I might have news in the future. There are things. So, you all are wonderful. I love you all. I think you all are the best. So, please take care of yourselves. Eat. That's what I'm going to do. And I will catch you on the flip side. Oh, wait, I forgot. I need to go pick up my shoes. Sorry, I just realized that I got my shoes resold, and I have to go... I've got to leave the apartment and go pick up my shoes so I can wear them. That is what I'm going to do. I have to go pick up my shoes, everyone. But while I'm picking up my shoes, I'm going to get a burrito. Boom! Pew, pew! I'm getting a burrito, everybody. Getting shoes, getting a burrito. Take care. No. I'm going to go. I'm going to get a burrito, and I'm going to get my shoes. I will take... And these are, by the way, these are some great shoes, too. They're, like, green and cool. They're from Fluvogs. but I'm going. I will see you all later. You are all the best. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye, everybody.